Assalamu alaikum everyone. I hope you're all well. After Eid, you'll be watching this video, but it's Thursday, it's Wednesday today, and Eid is tomorrow, Thursday. I'll be doing a recipe video today for Kunafa, which is our dessert along with Sonia for Eid. I've just been busy deep cleaning the surfaces so that I can use this as a workstation. So Kunafa is a very popular, very famous Middle Eastern dessert. Recipe is not my own. I watched one person who is from Palestine with his parents from Jerusalem, and an amazing guy, and I really liked his video and the way he did Kunafa. So I'll be following his recipe, which I think would be the authentic way to go about it. So let's see how you find it, and I think it's a very nice dessert. Do give it a try, and especially if it's still Eid holidays, and if you want to try something different, something new for dessert, I think this is a brilliant recipe for a very tasty dessert. So let's get started for today's Kunafa recipe. So just deep cleaning the surface because I need lots of workstation space for preparing Kunafa. So just making sure it's all very clean, and I can just really use this surface for preparation. So we've just got a new food processor, and it'll be very handy for this Kunafa recipe. So we're just unpacked it, and we're just following the instructions to see if we have fitted everything correctly. And Faye's almost done with pistachios. We need lots of pistachios for this recipe, unsalted ones. So for Kunafa, this is the phyllo dough which we'll be using. It comes in different brands, and the one we're using, I'll show you shortly which brand that is. So phyllo dough, it's about 400 to 500 grams of phyllo dough, which is called Kataif or Kunafa dough. I'll be using mozzarella cheese. The reason it's not salted and it works perfectly with this recipe, it's about 500 to 600 grams drained mozzarella cheese, about 1 to 1.5 cup of pistachios which are not salted. Sugar, we'll be preparing a syrup with water, so I'll use about 1 cup of sugar to 1 cup of water. You can increase that ratio to 1.5 cup as well, depending on how sweet you would like your Kunafa to be. Orange blossom water, it is optional, but it is nice to have it in this recipe. And then the ghee we prepared from butter, so that will be going in with the dough. So let's get started with the preparation of this very tasty Kunafa dessert. So this is how it is. This is the packaging. Let me just zoom out and show you. Yeah, so it's 400 grams, 14 ounce, and it comes in different brands and different packaging. Some are in length, and so this is what we are using. So you can find something similar which is any brand, it doesn't matter. So let's get started now. Try to have as much in there as possible. The bigger bits first, the smaller bits can just find their way anyways. Might have to do it in 2 goes. So the idea is to chop it as fine as possible. I think this should do for now. So it has been finely chopped. I'm going to transfer everything to the workstation here. Looks very nice. So now the next step is to take the ghee which we prepared from butter and start mixing it with the dough. This fragrance from ghee is so nice, and this is what I believe makes such a big difference. So start rubbing it in just like this so that it gets absorbed. Can you smell the fragrance?
Yeah, it's really nice.
So it has to be very nice because I've got my chef hat on.
Looks fun as well.
Yeah. The smell is just incredible. You can never get this fragrance from if you just use butter. It has to be ghee prepared from butter, which will give you this authentic, very, very nice fragrance. And people who are from the Middle East, from Palestine, from anywhere where it's authentically made, they would know this smell really well.
Hello everyone, so I have just covered a tray with sort of tin foil or kitchen foil, and I'm now just going to grease this with some of the
Ghee that we prepared from butter.
just to make sure it doesn't stick, so just a little bit is fine. I'm just going to make sure that's all rubbed in.
Aluminium is very good. The only thing is you have to make sure it sticks to stuff if you are baking directly in it. So it's very important to grease your, either it's aluminium plate, aluminium foil, whatever you're using, so that it's easily transferable once it has baked. And yeah, Faye, have you done, just maybe do on the edges as well, so that it just, if you've done it, then it's okay. So now we're going to create 2 layers, 3 layers actually. The first layer would be such nice fragrance from ghee. Just already loving the smells it is giving. It's extremely nice. I'm happy with this layer. So next to go on top of this would be chopped mozzarella, and we'll show you how to do that.
So I'm just going to prepare the pistachios. They're going to be just slightly. So I'm just going to now prepare the pistachios. You want them to be nice and fine, but maybe with a tiny little bit of texture. So I'm using a food processor, but you could also just do this by hand.
So this is what the aim is, chop but with a texture so that you get pistachios in bites, and that's how it tastes very nice as well.
So I'm just going to now prepare the mozzarella. I'm just going to break this into little pieces just to kind of give it a head start. But we just kind of want this into, again, a bit of a texture. It doesn't have to be too fine, but just enough so that we can scatter it sort of evenly across our dessert. So just use all of it. So that literally took about 10 seconds, and it's just enough to sort of break it up. So this is the kind of texture you'll want for your dessert.
So Faye has tried to dry this mozzarella as much as possible by using kitchen towel. It's pretty dry now, and it will be nice to spread it. So the reason we use mozzarella cheese in this recipe is authentically a Kataif cheese is probably used. Mozzarella is very similar. It's stringy and it's not salty, so it's a perfect cheese to use for Kunafa recipes. For that reason we're using mozzarella. So let's layer it up now. So just gently just create a layer of mozzarella. If you are watching in England and Celsius is what you follow, the oven is on at 180 degrees Celsius with fan setting. For everyone who is in the US, it's 350 degrees, and we'll be using middle shelf or slightly above middle shelf, and we're going to bake it for about 30 to 35 minutes. The idea is to create a nice golden color on the top layer. Once that happens, about 30-35 minutes, we'll take it out. So it's been 30 minutes and we're going to take it out now. It looks nice and golden on the top. So Kunafa is baked and looks very nice. So it's going to be very tricky for me because I have never flipped Kunafa before, but I want to give it a try because that's the authentic way. So I've got another dish, so let's see how it goes. That's perfect. That's a nice flip. And it's not broken or anything. Looks pretty good. So that's I'm quite impressed, to be honest. That's more. So it looks really good, and I'm going to add a layer of pistachios. We love pistachios, so we'll add lots of pistachios as a top layer. So it's entirely your preference how much you would like pistachios to be added. You can add more or less, but I think pistachios, they look very tempting and they taste very nice in such recipes, and I feel these desserts should be rich with pistachios. So it's going to be a full layer of pistachios going on top. So let's finish off our kunafa, which is ready here. So what I'm doing is I'm preparing syrup, which is to add sweetness to it. It's in Urdu, it's called shira as well. So 1 cup of water I have here, which is boiling now. I'll add 1 cup of sugar to it. This is to your taste, and if you would like it slightly more sweeter, you can do 1 cup of water to 1.5 cup of sugar maybe, or whatever you prefer. And orange blossom water, that gives it a very nice taste. I'll add this to it. Yeah, that should be enough. So one more ingredient which I think will make it very nice for shira, and will add a very nice aroma and flavor to kunafa, is green cardamom pods. So I'm just going to add 4 green cardamom pods, just whole, nothing to be done to this water, and that will create a very nice aroma in it. Keep giving it a stir so that sugar doesn't stick to the base and it melts nicely, and we have a nice syrup ready. So after mixing it nicely, I've just tasted it. The sugar level is absolutely fine, and I can already taste a little bit of cardamom in there, and orange blossom water, which is optional, but it makes a difference. One more ingredient, me and Fav, we just discussed and we decided that why not add a little bit of cinnamon stick to it. I think that will add a very nice smell and little bit of spice to it, and it'll be, I think, even nicer. So we're going to include this in our recipe as well: cardamom pods and cinnamon stick. I think it's going to be one of a kind syrup or shira to go in kunafa, but do give it a try. We'll let you know what we think once we have added it to kunafa. I'm sure it'll taste very nice. So the aim for this syrup or shira is keep stirring it, and to the point it takes about 10 minutes where the color turns slightly, it gains little color, little goldenish color. That's it. You don't have to make it very dense or anything. That's all what you're aiming for. And if you just show them, so it has gained little color now and still is pretty much like water. It's not very dense. So this is the form that we're aiming for. Desi ghee, which we prepared from butter. In the link down below, you'll find the video in which I've shown how to make this ghee from butter, and just look in the description, you'll find it. So I'm just going to transfer it to a container from which I can just have it on kunafa. So I'm going to take cinnamon stick and cardamom pods out. The taste's already infused, so we don't need them anymore. Okay. So it's a little brownish goldenish color. That's what the aim is. And so before I add syrup, ghee, I'll add more ghee. It makes so much of a difference, and it just creates that richness in this dessert. So I'll just spread it. That's what it should do. So let's add shira now. Already smells so nice. So that's a very nice dessert ready to be enjoyed for Eid or for any occasion, and we'll give it a try and we'll see how it is. So it looks very tempting. It's all ready to be enjoyed now. So I'm just going to cut nice slice of it for us to try. That's a good side that the cheese is stringy, but that makes it hard to pick as well. Okay, so let's see how nice the dessert is. Can I have a spoon?
Yes.
Okay, let's try. I would love to have lots of pistachios in my bite. You can have this, it won't be easy with a fork.
Oh, the texture of that's really nice. The flavour is, the pistachio is just lovely. I thought it might be quite a lot of pistachio, but it's just perfect with the sweetness.
It's very, very nice, and the cheese is perfect in there, and pistachios, and I can, get little taste of that from cardamom, from cinnamon, and that combined with the ghee flavor and orange blossom water is just very, very nice. Do give this recipe a try. I think you'll really like this dessert.
It's actually not that bad to cook. It's quite minimal ingredients, and you've got a big portion for lots of people whatever the occasion. I feel like this is
It's a very good dessert.
yeah, it's really, really nice. Well, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Amir's done a wonderful job in making this, so do give it a try. And I guess we'll see you again next time. You can check out our other recipes on our website, which is www.spicykissah.co.uk, along with the ghee making video as well, which Amir mentioned. So I guess for now we will see you again very soon, and it's goodbye from the both of us.
Bye for now.